Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. We will start the biomass renewable energy, and as in the last class itself we were discussed at the end. That was the biogas generation, how the Gobar class plant can be working for producing the gases for doing cooking. Uh, and with that, we'll start the biomass and what is biomass, how it is considered as an renewable source of energy, and what are the other phases, how it is classified, and what are the sources. Like that, we'll discuss the things related to biomass. Concerning the unit, it was segregated. It may be segregated as unit 4, and the bioenergy is the general form of energy derived from material such as wood, straw, or animal waste, which were living matters relatively recently. In contrast to the fossil fuels, such materials can be burned directly to produce heat or power, but can also be converted into biofuels. And charcoal and biodiesel, for example, or biofuels made from wood, wood and plant seeds respectively. And in biomass, it is an energy source and a material of a biological origin, which derived from the organic matter of recently living biological materials and animal waste. And how it is considered as a renewable source of energy. Biomass is a form of renewable source of energy because the energy content in the biomass is which is derived from the sun, which is captured through the natural process of photosynthesis, and therefore which is renewable through the carbon dioxide and water, and therefore it is considered as an renewable source of energy. See, this is the types of biomass: and wood, garbages, crops, alcohol fuels, and landfill gases. And the biomass is the term used to describe all organic matter which is produced by photosynthesis, usually exist on the surface. They include all water and land-based vegetation and trees, and all waste biomass such as municipal solid waste. See, this is what the very important title, that is MSW, municipal solid waste, and municipal biosolid, that is sewage and animal waste, and animal waste, which includes the human excreta, the forestry and the agricultural residue, and certain types of industrial waste. And this biomass usually is the only natural occurring energy which contains the carbon and larger enough in quantity to be used in substitute for as a for the fossil fuel. And the biomass resources can be derived from the agricultural products, whether it might be a wood log, chip, sawdust, and organic material, brack, and other organic material. The solid waste, by burning garbage, heat and energy is produced. The landfill gas, either landfill gas or the methane gas, is produced by the bacterial decay of dead plants and animals, is also viewed as a biomass resource. And alcohol fuel, wheat, corn, and other crops can be converted into variety of liquid fuels, including the ethanol and methanol. See, the biomass resources are picturized here: the forestry crops and residues, and agricultural crop and residual, and sewage, the municipal solid waste, animal residue, and the industrial residues. And through that, what we can do, we are trying to uh, reduce the uses of the conventional fluids because they are depleting nature. And see some ideas about the biomass sources. There are plenty of energy produced in every year concerning the waste of agriculture. And in addition, the forest products product industry also produce countless tons of waste that can be used as an energy source. And the energy crops such as willows and switchgrass can be grown for the specific purpose of energy production. And the farmers grow corn and the soybeans that can be used for ethanol production. And see the conversion process are categorized into physiochemical, biochemical, and thermochemical. And initially, we are dealing with the thermochemical biomass conversion, that is pyrolysis, gasification, combustion, liquefaction. And the biochemical or subcategories into anaerobic digestion and fermentation, or it might be called as an hydrolysis. And in these physiochemical, it can be categorized as biodiesel production. And concerning the state-wise commissioned biomass, this was the very old statistics related to the biomass. And see, Andhra Pradesh, I'll show you the recent scenario related to the state-wise commissioned biomass in India. But this was the very old statistics that the 288 megawatt power are commissioned in Andhra Pradesh. Chhattisgarh having 249 megawatt. And see the Gujarat 30, Haryana 13, Karnataka not 7. And concerning Tamil Nadu, it was around 211 megawatt. And I'll show you the recent statistical information. See, this is what about our Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. In the data on 31st October 2020, see the Andhra Pradesh has the biomass in megawatt 171.2, and the Bagas cogeneration it would be 206.9, and non-Bagas cogeneration, and cumulatively it has a capacity of 483. Concerning Bihar 124, Chhattisgarh 244, and Haryana 210, Karnataka. See the major influence of Karnataka towards biomass. See, it would be around 1887. Concerning the biomass cogeneration, the Karnataka influences a lot in association with the Maharashtra. See, Maharashtra also influencing a lot. And concerning Tamil Nadu, it would be around 750. And you see the statistics of Uttar Pradesh. The other statistical data is very negligible. And see the state-wise estimated potential towards this biomass biogas plant. See the Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Goa. So I request you to visit the site in order to know more about our energy resources and various other related issues related to energy. And see, this was the basic chemical reactions in the bioenergy, that is photosynthesis, the energy derived from the sun. And the biomass can be the large fraction of energy source. How the aldehyde and the oxygen are derived from the carbon dioxide and water. This is what happening in the biogas plant or biomass. And see, and what happens when we are giving the feedstock, that is biomass, and the energy is extracted and through carbon dioxide as a derivative of carbon dioxide and hydrogen. When we are trying to consolidate, or we're trying to combine the carbon dioxide with the water, what happens due to the photosynthesis? It derives, it gives the biomass. That is biomass. What we are trying to do, we are trying to getting the energy. We are trying to get the energy through the biofuel, and as in of due to the photosynthesis, what happens? We are getting the subproducts like carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, NOx, or subproducts of these reactions, and this is what the three main types of biofuels, that is ethanol, biodiesel, and biogas. And see, the biomass is one of the few renewable source for the transportation, and few concerning the emission, it is very less when compared to the petroleum products. And the technology of energy conservation, see the typical process or detail here. And due to direct combustion and anaerobic digestion and fermentation, due to the pyrolysis process, and due to less other less techniques, we are getting these uh, energy source. The conversion of biomass to energy requires some extraction if the fuel stream is contaminated with the polluting substance. And see, the sugar can, that is C6 H12 and O6, is converted into ethanol, alcohol. It gives ethyl alcohol and the carbon dioxide. The fermentation of corn or other biomass, which will produce the ethanol. So the ethanol derived from the as a derivative of corn and other biomass. So we can use the ethanol as an product for running the engines. And see, these are the main key points in order to we need to remember during the biomass. And the direct combustion, we'll see the slides, that is gasification principle. And there are four important points in biomass. And the first one is direct combustion, that is the simple method of extracting the energy from the biomass. The industrial biomass combustion facilities, that is the it can burn many types of biomass fuel, including wood, agricultural residues, wood pulping, liquor, the municipal solid waste, and refuse derived fuels. And biomass is burned to produce steam, and the steam runs the turbine, so that we are trying to produce the power. Because of the potential ash buildup, the only certain types of biomass materials are used for direct combustion. See, there is an conflict area that is handling the ash is a major issue. So that what we are trying to do, therefore we are trying to limit the biomass material, which will produce the lesser amount of ash, or yes. And gasification, which is a process that exposes the solid fuel to high temperature and limited oxygen to produce gaseous fuel. The gas produced by the process is a mix of gases such as carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen, and methane. The gas is then used to drive a high efficiency, that is used in prime mover. And so the several advantages over the burning solid fuel. So one is convenience. One of the resultant gas, methane, can be treated in a similar way of natural gas and used for the uh, getting used to do the work. So on the other hand, the another advantage of gasification is that it produces a fuel that has had many impurities removed, and could therefore cause fewer pollution problems when it burnt. And the principle behind the gasification, that is the thermochemical conversion process, which is solid biomass fuel. That is example, wood is converted into combustible gas. In a biomass gasifier, biomass is burned in a limited amount of air. The amount of air supplied is less than the amount of air required for completing the burning. See, in order to complete the burning, we are in need of the air. The amount of air supplied is lesser than the amount of air required for complete the burning. So this converts the biomass into an inflammable mixture of gases, which is known as producer gas or wood gas. So the producer gas consists of carbon monoxide or hydrogen and methane, along with the carbon dioxide and nitrogen. The process flow in gasification detailed in this slide. That is, in stage one, we are trying to harvest the biomass, and we need, for that, in order to harvest the biomass energy, we need to do some processing. That processing or chopping, briquetting, and dehydration and drying. See, we'll see one by one what is chopping. The chopping, we know making the raw material and dividing into smaller pieces is called chopping, and briquetting, making into bricks, is nothing but brick and dehydration. The amount of water content which is present in that material should be removed, and that was dehydration, and then drying, and so that we can do gasification, the gas cleaning, so that we can we are trying by doing these process, what we can do, we can able to rotate the turbine, and we'll see in the subsequent slide, we'll discuss in detail and see. This is what the oxidation zone and the reduction zone at the bottom and the oxidation zone at the top. We have the gas output here. The wood chips are given as a feed here, and it was an insulation. The combustion taking place, and for doing the combustion, we need air. The air is also given as an input here, and see how the reactions are happening. And as a result of this combustion, we are getting the gas. Through that, we are trying to produce the power, and as a result, as an end product, along with the gas, we are having ash, as in the as similar to that of the thermal power plant. So it has to be deposited over one particular place. That was great. And what happens, the grade allows the smaller particle in deposit in over the bottom, and the larger particle is left at the top of the grade. And so this is what the general structure of this biomass biogas plant. And we were discussed some other plant also. I'll explain the four main reactions first, and then we'll discuss the bio gas plant, that is Gobar gas plant. And see, there are four main reactions which take place in this gasifier or drying: pyrolysis, oxidation, and reduction. Concerning the reduction, the fuels usually contains up to 35% of moisture, and the biomass is heated around 100 degrees Celsius. The moisture gets converted into steam, and in the drying, fuels do not experience any kind of decomposition. What we are trying to do, we are trying to remove the moisture alone in the reduction and in the drying process. And reduction of the moisture content is called as in brine, and there won't be any decomposition. And in the pyrolysis process, which is the thermal decomposition of biomass, and in the absence of oxygen, which involves a release of three kinds of products such as solid, liquid, and gases. The ratio of products is influenced by the chemical composition of biomass fuels and the operating conditions. And the oxidation, we know already about oxidation. The air is introduced in the gasified in the oxidation zone. The oxidation take place between 700 and 1400 degrees Celsius, in which the solid carbonized fuel reacts with the oxygen and in the air, producing the carbon dioxide and releasing the heat. And see the reduction at high temperature under reducing the conditions. Several reactions take place, and which are producing the carbon monoxide, hydrogen, and methane. See, when we are combining the carbon with the carbon dioxide, and what happens, which gives the carbon monoxide with to 172.6 kilojoule per gram to mole, which is liberated, and accordingly the other reactions are happening. And this is what we were seen during the beginning. If I'll disseminate this YouTube link in the group, I request you to have a visit over this biomass plant working principle, and the how biomass gasification system are used. Which is clean producer gas can fuel either a compression ignition, or it can be used as an spark ignition engine. And the compression ignition engine are more efficient, but many cannot run on pure producer gas because they need a small amount of diesel for ignition. For initial ignition, we need diesel, and the engine produces mechanical power which can be used directly, or else to drive an alternator to generate the electricity. Now to drive some mechanism, like in automobiles, we can use directly, or it can be coupled with the generator to produce the power, so that we can use that power for our any other applications. And the third important title is anaerobic digestion. The biomass digestion works by utilizing the anaerobic bacteria, and these organisms live at the bottom of the swamps or in other places where there is no air, consuming dead organic matter to produce the methane and hydrogen. By feeding this organic matter, such as the animal dung or human waste or human excreta or human sewage, into tanks called digester, and the adding bacteria, we collect the emitted gases to use as an energy source. The methods, that is enzymatic hydrolysis, and the acid formation and methane formation are available to have an anaerobic digestion system. We'll talk about these methods one by one. And before that, we'll discuss some other matter, and then we'll come back to these slides. And go ahead with the current affairs. Someone please, you unmute your mic and tell me what was happening in and around us.
CBSE cancelled class 12 examination and any other state board.
Little louder, little louder. Louder, you talk louder.
Sir, CBSE cancelled the class 12 examinations, and many state board too followed the same, and they also cancelled their examinations.
Yes, yes, CBSE yesterday announced regarding the cancellation of higher secondary school examination, board examinations, and so that the other state government concerning with the higher officials, parents, teachers, and students, with whether they will have the examinations or they want to cancel examinations, like that they are having discussions, and some of these states are already announced, and to in the tomorrow's already today the time was 10 o'clock. Further we have around only 20 minutes. You please have a idea to in the tomorrow's lectures we will have a in detailed discussion. If we are whether what is your opinion about this cancellation, or concerning your state government, what is your suggestions whether to have the examinations or whether to cancel the examinations? See, there are 2 points. If we have the CBSE examinations, assume see now the already government cancelled the examinations, and I am asking you to assume CBSE doesn't cancel the examinations, and at that time what is our stance, whether you will suggest to have the examinations by the state board or to cancel by the state board. On the other hand, the central governments cancel the CBSE examination, and what was your stand, whether to have the examinations or to cancel the examinations? If it is so, if my other point, if it is so, how the admissions of higher educations, whether it may be a medical or it may be a engineering or it may be arts or science or whatever it may be, law, how how it is feasible to accommodate the people with that respective colleges? That was a very hectic issue, isn't it? So you please have an idea and try to read some articles, and so that we will discuss in detail in the tomorrow's lectures. And Vikram Lagadia asked about the subject comparison about the PD and numerical methods, and even some of you may also have the same issue. And I'll talk about numerical methods since I have handled numerical methods for your seniors. Mm, Numerical methods is a prerequisite for the subject called finite element analysis. I request some people to unmute your mic. Whether you please unmute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Wait, I'll list some people. Yes. I think the last batch in the last class I have requested them to unmute their mic. And concerning today's class, the first top 10, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. You please unmute your mic so that we can have a discussion.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Arvind Ghosh, Gupta, Anuj Gupta, Akash, Abhinav, Tomar, Izzat. Is whether what was the last date for selecting these electives?
Sir, today is the only day.
Sir, today is the last day.
Today is
Today
the
is-
first day, is the last day, sir.
Oh,
Today is the only day for like registering the course.
today is the last date, or you are talking about holiday?
No, sir. Today is the only
Starts and
day.
ends today.
Okay, today is the last date. Okay. I'll talk about the numerical methods since I have handled the numerical methods for your seniors, and it is, as I said earlier, it is a prerequisite for finite element, not mandatory. I am not mandatory. It not might be a prerequisite, but for doing the finite element analysis, it is a prerequisite. And what we are trying to do, in finite element analysis, what we are trying to do, it is an analysis subject. for doing engineering analysis, with the paper and pen we can do the analysis, and even with the software like ANSYS or Hypermesh or Hyperworks. There are plenty of softwares are available for doing analysis, and the subject deals with that analysis, engineering analysis. Whether it might be a statistics or the subject deals with the statistics, static analysis, and yeah, cantilever beam, what is subjected to 100 Newton, how it can be divided into smaller segments, what is the need to divide the entire structure into smaller segments, and how it was integrated, how we can derive the results, that is how we can get the deformation or stress or you see in some cantilever might be subjected to some heat transfer. Maybe it will affect with the heat source, and what would be the heat transfer, like that. There are the subject deals with the analysis, and we can find the results what you studied through the fluid mechanics, heat transfer, and solid mechanics. As a coupled, you are going to get the solution in the in a fine in the title called finite element analysis. And for that, as a prerequisite, we are going to do the analysis with various other information related to the finite element analysis in the numerical methods. And it was full of problematic. And any other questions in numerical methods?
So the final element analytics is another program elective, no sir?
I didn't get your point, Nitish.
So that element analytics is another program elective, no sir? It will be coming in the future, right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It won't be. I think it won't be a mandatory prerequisite.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sir.
I'll show, since you are quite interested in numerical methods. I'll show the syllabus. See, this was the syllabus: introduction, computer architecture, number representation, recursion, error propagation, error estimation, condition. These are the things we are going to read. And the linear system, Gaussian elimination, pivoting, factorization, and the tridiagonal system, special matrices, the iterative methods, convergence of iterative schemes, the roots of nonlinear equations, bisections, Newton-Raphson iteration, interpolation of functions by polynomial, Lagrange's interpolation, triangular family, and the numerical differentiation integration, the ODE, that is the ordinary differential equation, initial value problems, and the Euler-Rangagoda method, the boundary value problem. This is the extension, that is these titles, that is ODE, and the IVP and BVP, that is ordinary differential equation, initial value problem, the boundary value problem, or the subsequent titles which will be discussed in finite element analysis. The finite difference method, that is minimization problem, least square approximation, and optimization. This was the title. See. Yes, you have a discussion with your seniors, so that you can decide. Concerning the PDE, you need to have a discussion with my fellow Dr. Balaji, because he handled PDE in the last semester, who is handling the energy and environmental for the parallel section. I think Vikram Lakadia, are you clear with? I think I have answered for your question, Vikram. Vikram?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Clear, sir.
Yes. Oh, what was clear? You are decided to not to take numerical methods.
No, sir. I am going to take enemy.
You are going to take.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. See, if you are selecting numerical methods, you need to spend with the notebook, calculator. It took some little more attention than the theoretical paper. You need to spend a lot. You need to spend a lot of time, and you need to do some practices. It might be the extension of the M3. I think you are at present you are in third semester, right? Second semester, and you are doing your mathematics too, right? Arun?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. You can view the numerical methods as an M3. Usually the professors from mathematics deal subject titled numerical methods. Since I have handled finite element analysis earlier in the past for even more than 8-9 times, so that once it was offered, I have without any second thought, I took the subject and I have handled the numerical methods. And it won't be if it is you are interested with mathematics, then no issues. You can opt the subject. So it was clear. Any other? See, concerning the any other matter related to this numerical methods. Yes, see, already 10:13. There are some more slides which I have already have planned to complete. That was not yet completed. And see, concerning the current affair, the Supreme Court wants to have advised the government to release the split up of that 35 lakhs, 35 lakh crore, I think so. Asked what way you spent this money for purchasing the vaccines in India, like that. The Supreme Court wants the split up for spending the money, and you please in all the day you please have a conscious over the happenings in and around us. And even today there are some peoples are affecting by COVID, and concerning the vaccination, you please if in your area there is a camp for vaccination, without hesitation you go and take your vaccination. Vaccination is the only way to protect from this virus, and so you please vaccine. And not to protect from third wave also, we don't have any other options. Vaccination is the only option. And okay, anyway, we'll wind up here the current affair.
So a lot of vaccines are wasted also. Like the government planned that the waste percentage should be 1% or below, but in Jharkhand itself, 37.3% vaccines got wasted. So this is also happening, sir. A lot of vaccines being wasted, and people are like waiting for their slots.
Yes. Even the planning with the vaccination earlier for 18 to 45, they wants to do registration. But what is happening here concerning in my hometown is they are not concerning about the registered people. Those who are first come first served basis, they are giving vaccination. And even in the today scenario, there won't be any vaccination even for 45 plus, and that was the scenario here. So there is any camp, without hesitation you go and get your vaccination. And okay, tomorrow we'll discuss about more regarding these current affairs, and we'll converge with our content. See, there are 4 different types of methods are available for the digestion, anaerobic digestion. The first method, that is group of facultative microorganism, acts upon the organic matter, and which converts the insoluble, complex, and higher molecular components of biomass into simple, soluble, and low molecular component. The organic substances and such as the poly uh, aceride protein and lipids are converted into monosaccharide, peptide, and amino acids, and fatty acids. And see, the acid formation, that is the microorganism of facultative and anaerobic group, collectively called as an acid formers, the hydrolyze and ferment the production of first phase, that is water soluble substance in volatile acid. The major components of volatile acids is the acetic acid, in addition to acetate or hydrogen and carbon dioxide. Some other acids like butyric acid and propionic acids are also produced. And the methane formation, that is finally as acetate or hydrogen plus carbon dioxide are converted into gas mixture, that is as in methane and carbon dioxide by the bacteria, which are strictly anaerobies. And these bacteria are called methane fermentator. And for efficient digestion, these acids form formers and methane fermentators must remain in the state of dynamic equilibrium. Therefore, the remaining indigestible matter is referred as a slurry. And the fourth main title which has to discuss this fermentation. We were discussed fermentation in the last classes itself, and the fermentation uses yeast and other microorganisms to ferment the sugar of various plants into ethanol. Producing fuel from biomass by fermentation is just an extension of the process. And though the wider range of plant material from sugarcane to wood fiber can be used. And benefits of the biomass energy, it has the plenty of benefits, like it is an abundant, secure, environmental friendly and renewable source of energy. One of the major advantage concerning this one is the electricity with the same equipment, and without there won't be any modification over the plant are essential. And the biomass energy is not associated with the environmental impact, whether it might be acid rain or mine spoil or open pits or open spills, radioactive waste, like when we are concerning about the nuclear reactor, the radioactive waste disposal would be very essential. And like that, there won't be any issues with the biomass. And sustainable, the fuel is sustainable. The alcohol and other fuels produced by biomass are efficient, viable, and relatively clean. And it is very easy available and can growth with relative ease in all parts of the world. And the uses, that is 80% of biomass energy is produced for residential use, and 79% of the biomass what we are using today comes from the burning of burning wood and chips. The biomass is used to heat the homes. Wood is burnt in open fire or wood pellet boilers and stoves. and 80% of biomass is produced for industrial use, and around 2% of biomass energy is produced for transport. And the advantages and disadvantage, and the biomass in renewable fuel source, and the biomass energy production results in minimal environmental impact, and employment. It increases the employment in the rural areas. The alcohol fuel or efficient and clean burning. The availability of biomass fuel is universal, and on the other hand, it is expensive source to produce and convert. And when the combust to produce energy, it contributes directly to global warming. So we need to be very cautious with that. On small scale, there is likely not net loss in energy. So as energy must be put in into grow the plant mass. So this is the future of biomass, that is infinite solid fossil fuel resources are depleting. So our dependency on oil must be reduced. The renewable forms of energy generation will be required to serve the global energy requirement. The concerning the Ireland, see already we are in 2020. It has a plan during 2008, that is 16% of use of renewable energy. Today it accounts 10% of world energy consumption. And concerning the biomass, and our recommendations for the biomass is it offers a renewable solution to the fast approaching global energy crisis. The biomass is more eco-friendly on the environment than other most energy generation methods. Concerning the European Union policy, it is setting onerous targets for renewable energy generation, and the biomass can use to help meet these targets. And biomass will create much needed employment in Irish recession economy. So the ethanol, a form of biofuel. I'll show rush up with some slides. Anyway, we'll discuss these slides in the subsequent class, that is in the next class. And this is what the and I'll explain the contents in the subsequent class. ENHCl and biodiesel and the jetropatry and biodiesel benefits and the biogas, and this is what we were discussed in the last class. That is some idea about the methane, the products, and environmental and economic advantage, and national energy policy and the disadvantage, and air concern and soil concern. And that's all about the biomass. There are some points to discuss about biomass. I'll make a detailed note in the tomorrow's lecture. And concerning today's class, do you have any clarification? Do you need any clarification over the today's lecture? If you don't have any doubts, then we'll wind up here. We'll meet tomorrow morning 10:30.